Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback for now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, longtime NFL vet quarterback, is being punished for being a good brother. We're going to talk about it after a quick word from our sponsor.
The Black Trump Supporter, The Reawakening of a Nation by Michael Amir. Meet Michael Amir, a Gulf War veteran, black conservative, and fearless truth-teller. In The Black Trump Supporter, he dares to question what others blindly follow. A powerful memoir that challenges race politics, media myths, and cultural silence. This isn't just a book, it's a movement.
BlackTrumpSupporter.com. Michael Amir, go support, go read the book. If you are also a Trump supporter or you're interested in what the brother's saying, go check them out, michaelamir.com. That link is in the description box, and we will be interviewing Michael Amir within the upcoming weeks. Can't wait to do that. Been politicking and fellowshipping with that brother for about a little over a month now. It's a good dude. May not agree with his politics. I'm talking about you. I really don't have any politics. Whatever the case may be, go support that brother, and I cannot wait to talk to him and hear his story. It should be a good one. But let's get to Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback now, like I said, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, if you don't know the story, right, Teddy Bridgewater, and matter of fact, I'll pull it up real quick. We'll pull up the story real quick. Where we at? Let's do that, Bob. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, so Teddy Bridgewater led his high school team to a state title in 2024. Northwestern High School in Miami, right? He was suspended last month for providing money to pay for Ubers, pregame meals, and recovery services to his players. Those payments violated Florida High School Athletic Association rules, and Bridgewater explained at today's press conference why he chose to give the money. I have that clip queued up. I'm going to play that clip of what Teddy Bridgewater said, and then I'll react, and you'll get my thoughts, and then we'll get yours. Let's go to work.
You know, those players became my sons, and I wanted to make sure that I just protect them in the best way that I can, and I think that's what came about. Miami Northwestern is in a tough neighborhood, and sometimes things can happen when kids are walking home and different things like that. So I just tried to protect them, give them, a ride home instead of them having to take those dangerous walks. But I just want people to continue to see me for the person that I've been, from the time I arrived in the NFL, from the time that I arrived at the University of Louisville. Just a humble guy who has a big heart and a cheerful giver. There are a lot of changes, you like to see. But, I guess in due time, those changes will happen. But until then, man, I can't change who I am, because of the rules. Like, I have a big heart. I get it from my mom. And, I just always said that I was once those kids. And I know what it's like to be in their shoes. I know what it's like to walk those halls at Miami Northwestern and to have your stomach growling and rumbling at 12 o'clock in the afternoon because you didn't have any lunch money or you don't get the free lunch. So I can't change who I am. I'll still give to those kids just because, man, I know what it's like. And I'll still give. Not only, when I say give, it's not even about money. It's about my time and my presence, because a lot of times you see your idol on TV and it's like, man, I wonder what it's like to be that person. But when they see me in the flesh and they see how, I'm an open-spirited person and I'm happy and I'm around them and they fit right in with me and I fit in with them. And it's just hope. And I live by calling myself the neighborhood hope dealer, and I'm hoping that I'm, dealing hope to everyone back in South Florida and across the state of Florida.
The neighborhood hope dealer. Isn't this exactly what we want? Isn't this exactly what we look for out of our brothers? Isn't this exactly what we demand out of our celebrities? And we give criticism to our celebrities and athletes for not doing this kind of stuff. And here this brother is, humble as can be, went back to his alma mater after doing 10, I think 11, I think this might be year 12 or something like this for Teddy Bridgewater in the league. He's been a career backup, has some starting spots here or there. Good, smart NFL quarterback, did his time, still doing his time, obviously, as you can see. decided to give back, went down there and took them boys to a state title, obviously motivated them on nuclear levels to where they achieved absolute greatness. Like he said, he looked at them as their sons. And if you've ever been a football coach or you've ever been an athletic coach in general, and you gain a relationship with them kids, it does feel like a child to father atmosphere, a daughter, a son to father atmosphere. When you get to know these kids and you get to be around these kids, you start to love them like they're your own. You want to take care of them like they're your own. And if you know the circumstance, and we got a brother that knows their plight, that knows their walk, that understands who they are and can relate to who they are and understands that anything can happen out there. And instead of having 32 other kids go to another player's funeral because something unfortunate happened, he's trying to avoid that as much as possible and make sure these kids are taken care of, make sure these kids are fed, make sure these kids are taken home in a safe way. And let me tell you what that does in the return. It makes them kids be undoubtedly loyal to that brother, to where if anything were to go down, he can walk up out there and change that entire situation, change that entire atmosphere, change the entire energy of whatever negative situation may be coming in young kids' way, because they trust them, they believe in them, they love them, they feel nourished by him, they feel safe by him. He can give them game, he can give them love. And that's what some of these young men, a lot of these young men need and look for. Yeah, they need the guidance, they need the tough structure, they need all that, but at the same time, they need a man that they know can go, they go to and confide in and just feel loved by. Man, that shit means something. And you got a dude that's out here doing it. And albeit, yeah, he made a broke a rule. And I believe that the rules should be in place, but there should be, come on now, exceptions to rules, or language in the rules to where it's like, all right, listen, you can't pay off a player to do XYZ. You can't do anything negative to money. You can't pay a player to come here and do that, even though I necessarily don't even agree with that. But whatever the case may be, okay. But if you got a brother that's willing to provide service to his kids, why not? What kind of competitive disadvantage is he putting other kids in other schools or other programs in by making sure his kids eat and making sure his kids have proper, safe rides home? That's crazy. Now, if you want to talk about massages or and I don't mean that in a negative way, so don't take that left, or sports treatment, what I should say, when it comes to performance and stuff like that, if you want to take that out, all right, whatever. But even that, like, if the brother's willing to give, let him give, man. That's just my 1-2. That's my opinion. Salute to Teddy Bridgewater, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I love to hear it. This is what we need in our community. This is what we should be celebrating in our community. This is what we should be highlighting, as opposed to some of the bullshit and nonsense that's out here. I hope you guys watch it. I hope you guys share it. If for anything else, to get this brother's story out here, man, and show and spread some love within our culture and let them know that this is the type of shit that needs to be celebrated. His good deeds and his heart and what he's doing. Not the bullshit that he's going through, but his good deeds and his good heart, man. So y'all leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the situation. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Sam Ant, CEO of the brand Bio Hip Hop News. Until next time, until next story. Again, I love each and every one of y'all. Love yourselves, and most importantly, love yours. I'm out of here, man. Peace.